Black Girl Stuff.
Welcome to Black Girl Stuff. Tonight, we're going 4-on-1 with Murder Inc.'s Ja Rule, and we got SNL's Kenan Thompson, Abbott Elementary's Tyler James Williams, and Tyler Perry with his new masterpiece, A Jazz Man Blues. But right now, it's time to get deep in the comments about a new social media spurred epidemic. The experts are calling it body dysmorphia. Now, for some of y'all who don't know what body dysmorphia is, by definition, it is a mental illness involving obsession focused on a perceived flaw in appearance. The flaw may be minor or even imagined, but the person may spend hours a day trying to fix it, and the person may try many cosmetic procedures or exercise to excessiveness. So I gotta ask you all, do y'all feel like social media is to blame for this new term and condition?
No, I don't think social media is to blame any more or any less than magazines of the past and TV programming of the past. We've always had this level of fixation, specifically on women's bodies and women, you know, thinking through when it comes to body dysmorphia or anything that has to come with regulating and tracking what you think is good or not about your personal body. I think social media is just the new wave of how we do it, but it doesn't mean it's the end all, be all, and the reason for this term.
I don't think it's the only thing that can cause body dysmorphia, but I definitely believe that it compounds it. And even Facebook, Instagram know this. Just last year, it was the Wall Street Journal that unveiled a study, an internal study done by Facebook about how social media is negatively impacting its users. Talking about 1 out of 5 teens who felt worse after being on social media, and 6% of American users who felt that their desires to kill themselves were linked to Instagram. Wow. So they have done these studies internally knowing that this is having an effect on people, young people especially. So I feel like there could be deep-rooted insecurities that you have naturally or have developed over time, and then you get on social media, you're compounded, you know, bombarded by all of these images of perfection that aren't realistic, and then it's like terrible concoction.
2 points, because you guys said 2 different things. So you first said that back in the day, it started with tabloids and magazines, but you got to understand, those celebrities were under stress. We wondered why these celebrities would kill themselves or feel suicidal, and we didn't understand the stress that they were going to, but now everybody has a phone. So now your regular person is the celebrity. They're taking pictures and they feel the pressure to be photo shoot ready. There is a cosmetic surgeon who coined the term selfie dysmorphia. Wow. So back in the day, people used to go to these surgeons and they used to say, hey, I want to look like Kim Kardashian. I want lips like Angelina Jolie. But now people are going to the doctors now, these cosmetic surgeons and dermatologists, and they're saying, I want to look like this filter.
Wow.
Because, so you get online, and there's a lot of people who, they only want to be seen with this filter on social media. It started from, they call it Snapchat dysmorphia. That's the name of it. It is a term.
And to your point, and to all your points, I think that there are many layers. There are different avenues of media that have always given us this, you know, insecurities. But I think naturally, as women, we always have not been fully satisfied with how we feel and how we look with ourselves. Going back in the older days, women used to wear those corsets and like break their bones their ribs to make their waist smaller. And even in Chinese culture, they're buying their feet to be more attractive so they can find husbands.
To look like a cartoon.
So wait, no, I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
There are levels.
Wait, there are levels. Wait, I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm saying that social media has put a spotlight on it, but it's not nothing new. I think what social media does that none of these other media forms have ever done is makes it accessible. So before, like you said, we didn't have filters. You looked like what you look like when you took the picture. But now, because we have so many apps, you can edit, you can put these filters on it. It's making it look like everybody looks like this. So I have to look like this in order to get the likes, in order to get shared, in order to be popular.
So you're agreeing that social media does amplify.
Well, there's a lot of unrealistic standards, though, because not only that, people are going online, all right, selling things like booty bands and waist trainers when in fact they've had mountains of liposuction and all sorts of surgery saying if you buy this product you can look like me. So people are flat out lying. We've completely, you know, sued companies for this kind of false advertising, but now it's just the average person saying buy this product, buy this flat tummy tea, and you'll be skinny like me. So you're lying to people on top of that. And so for me, it's like people could buy that flat tummy tea. Why am I not getting skinnier like my influencer on Instagram? Because she lied to you. That's not what she did. And so how hurtful would that be to think that you've worked worked out as hard as you could, or you did all this, and you're still don't have the perfect hourglass shape, and that's what's harmful and detrimental to our children.
Super harmful. My trainer to this day, anytime I send him something of like, oh, this is my inspo of the week, this is kind of what we're trying to gear towards. He's like, listen, I just want to make sure this person didn't have anything done. Let me take a look at their page. Let me make sure, because there's a lot of folks who would portray, you know, that they're the fitness gurus after they got all the work to get that done. But I just want to make sure that we touch on some folks' comments when it comes to this, especially because it relates to social media. So one user mentioned that unlike many, you know, they opened up about their journey. She said, I spent so much of my life feeling inadequate, constantly comparing myself to others, but after some healing and self-acceptance work, it's so freeing and relieving to be able to see other beautiful women and appreciate them instead of feeling threatened by them.
Based off that comment, what do you think the solution is in this scenario? Like, how do you feel like you truly accept who you are in your natural state? I'm talking from natural hair to natural skin to natural body to natural flaws. How do we as women get to that point where we can step out that norm or that, you know, social media standard and say, I love myself fully?
You've got to decide. It's a decision. I think what social media is just going to be a regurgitation of what you already know and hear from your peers, from your community. Because there's a lot of different ranges you can go. You can decide to follow the social media folks and follow friends who may not have the type of body that is realistic, or you can do the complete opposite. You can decide to show yourself more.
For an example, I noticed that I started to feel uncomfortable when I didn't see myself. I was done up so much that when I didn't have makeup on or when I didn't have my lashes done, I felt like I looked tired. So what I started to do, I didn't want to feel like I look better with something. What I started to take a break. I need to take a break so I want to fall in love with my natural self and never fall out of love with my natural self. This is how I look. I never want to feel like, oh, I need a filter to go live. No, this is what I look like. So just being comfortable with yourself and not feeling like you have to put a pound of makeup on to go to the store. You don't have to do that. If you want to do that, yes, do it sometimes. It's an accessory, but it's not a necessity you need Monday through Sunday.
Yeah, and that's an important message for our children, because I feel like they're the ones who are really suffering right now, because it's very hard to distinguish the real from the fake. And I feel like older, you know, adult women can say, okay, that's definitely modified here. But kids might think like, oh wow, I don't look like this. Is what I have to look like. How many changes do I have to do this? So I feel like limiting screen time is really important. I feel like there's a lot of accountability that should fall upon a lot of these social media outlets as well. I feel like Instagram, you're bombarded by these images of perfection on your explore page. I'm like, who the hell are these people? I just want to see, you know, vacation spots, and you're flooding my stuff with people I don't even know because you think I want to see it, and I don't. You know what I mean? And so now you're bringing this, inviting all of this stuff into my world that I have to completely sort through, and I don't want to have to deal with that. And I think that social media should, you know, step up and, you know, take accountability.
I love those tangible solutions, limiting screen time, making the decision, accepting yourself raw. And I also would like to add, like, taking care of yourself, because I've noticed that we love what we take care of. So when I see Demetria, we be in the gym, we be on our gym grind.
Okay.
So it's like we do. Not the same, but I just say, we be in the gym. When you are in the gym working out, and you take pride and you care about what you eat, you feel good about your body no matter what size or shape you are. I'll keep it real with y'all. Like, I have been in a position, especially now, not only on social media, but when I worked in a strip club, I felt like I needed ass shots. And then now with social media, everybody's getting fillers. So I have been on social media looking like, damn, do I need my lips done? Knowing good and well my face is perfect, because God did his thug thizzle with it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, because you look damn good.
Period. So I gotta ask y'all, like, have you ever experienced that?
I never felt like, oh, do I need to do something because of them? I think it's more maybe a little body dysmorphia where I was in my own head. But has comments got to me? Hell yeah. And has it put me in a depressive state? I was like, hell yeah. I feel like that's why we should monitor our kids, like you said, screen time, because to see those comments, as much as people say, I don't care what people say, it's subliminally in your head. You read it. Just the same way you read a comment, make you feel good, or somebody can say, hey girl, your nails look good, and it feels good. Sometimes that negative comment could stick. You can say, but I block out so much. So has it affected me, to answer your question? It has affected me before, but not to the point where I wanted to change for them.
I guess for me, no, because I know that a lot of things are fake online. But I do think that social media gets, you know, a terrible rap, and it deserves that 100%. But I also think there are some positive things about social media. I mean, that you see on TikTok and how it can uplift people and showing that this is my natural body. It's okay. I see a lot of mothers who show off their stretch marks and their, you know, bodies, and they're like, this is real. You don't see this all the time, but I'm going to show you, and it's acceptable and it's okay. And so I applaud mothers who do those kinds of things. I applaud young teenagers who show off pimples. We've all had pimples. We don't like pimples, but it's like, hey, I'm still beautiful if I have them. There's so much courage on the internet and people that show you how, oh, this is a more flattering dress for your body type, and so you know how to dress, and it makes you feel more confident. I've worn things that totally didn't flatter my body, and I'm like, damn, I don't look so good today. But I'm like, I learned. I'm like, wait a minute, this flatters your body type. You have a damn good body type. It's okay. And so there are a lot of great things out there. And so for me, that's what I take from. I'm like, oh, I like how she did her makeup. I'm going on YouTube. How she do that right there? Like, I'm gonna find out. And I love that now we have that access, and it's not limited to the ultra rich celebrity.
I think these are great points. And to the young ladies out there, like, love yourself.
And men.
And men, because men are on the wave too. Everybody out there, love yourself, because, you know, you don't have to follow all these trends. You don't know the shelf life of all these cosmetic surgeries. And what if your soulmate can't find you because you don't look like what your soul looked like when God made you?
Okay.
Anyway.